Hi guys, this is for a thing called the Nerdfighter documentary. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a documentary about nerdfighters, and I thought I would talk about nerdfighters from my point of view, which is that of an indie vlogger. So the first time I can ever remember being on the internet was playing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on my dad's laptop when he'd get home from work in like the early 2000s. But the first memory I have of actually being, I don't know, what you would consider a nerd, would be being about 5, and my dad brought me to Blockbuster Video back when that was still a thing. And he'd go, "What movie do you want?" And I looked at the kids section and I go, "Where's Star Wars?" So he'd bring me over to the Star Wars section and I'd be kind of like, is this the one with the Tauntauns? Because I really need the one with the Tauntauns. So he would be all like, "You get episode 5 every time. How about something new, like episode 6 or episode 4? And I'd be like, "But episode 6 has Jabba. And Jabba's the worm." The next memory of being a nerd I have is also of Star Wars. It was 2001-ish, and I was watching Star Wars The Phantom Menace for the first time, and I cried for 2 hours when Anakin left his mom. It was just, I remembered I was crying in my bunk bed, and my parents were like, "I'm sorry, we didn't know you were going to react like this." And I was like, I didn't know I was going to react like this either, or else I wouldn't have watched it. I had all of the feels. And then my dad started introducing me to Star Trek. First off with the one with the whales, The Journey Home, which is to date probably still my favorite Star Trek movie. And from there I watched the one with the Genesis device and the Research for Spock and all the other ones and Khan! And I worked my way through all the Star Trek movies. At this point, all I really knew was that I liked Star Trek and that I liked Star Wars, but this really wasn't enough to call me a nerd. Until I begged my mom to let me get a Gmail account, and then I got a Gmail account, and then I went on YouTube and found I automatically had a YouTube account, so I started looking through all this stuff, and I found Hank's 50 Jokes for Nerds, which I watched and I didn't really understand. And then, at the end of my 12th year, I found a Vlogbrothers video. I watched it and I really, really enjoyed it, but then he was like, "See you tomorrow, Hank," and I was like, "Hank? That's someone else on the same channel. Watch all of his videos." Oh, he's funny too. And then, directly, I'm sorry, hello mom, you want to come in? So after watching John, Hank, John, I started realizing I really like these guys. I mean, these are people who I can identify with, and they're cool, and they're novelists, and songwriters, and I like these people. And then something really interesting happened. That next video, which was Hank's, which was the one on religion. After watching all these really interesting discussions about religion and philosophy and book writing, and Maureen Johnson came in for a little bit, I was kind of like, whoa, this is something I want to be a part of. The next step in my progression to be a nerdfighter was I went on a trip to Montana. While I was in Montana, I was staying in this cabin with a friend of mine, and on came Doctor Who. I'd watched Doctor Who the first time, it was on Netflix, so I was like, what? And it was like mannequins, and I was like, what? If you've seen the first episode with Eccleston, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that led to my love of Doctor Who. Then, once I had this solid love of Doctor Who, I went home from Montana. Then I heard the Vlogbrothers in one of their videos mention the Ning. But there's this group on the Ning called Doctor Who Nerdfighters, and I opened it up, and all of a sudden, whoosh, all these Doctor Who discussions. So I quickly catch up, and I'm looking at all these other people, and on these profiles I see, visit my vlog here, visit my vlog here, visit my vlog here. And I didn't know that there were any others. I knew Philip DeFranco, and I knew the Vlogbrothers. I was aware of Ray William Johnson, but I thought he was kind of rude, and I didn't know that there were other indie people. It went on like this for about a year, with me watching Doctor Who videos and me getting how YouTube worked. I started developing an interest in film and in special effects and prop making. And then I turned 15 in February. I decided I was going to try to catalog me going through, well, life. So I started my own vlog. And since then, I've been at like 88 subscribers now. It's really, really interesting seeing how people responded to me. I didn't think that they would like me. I was expecting no more than like 30 views a video. And my most popular video has gotten over 200 views, which isn't much. But for someone like me, who was just a homeschooling, Star Wars loving nerd, who then found this community, the idea of 88 people appreciating and liking what I have to say, just still blows my mind, and I still love all you guys. Since I've started vlogging, I've learned a lot about filmmaking. I didn't think there was too much more for me to learn, but I was definitely wrong. So my first vlogs were usually me in that chair in square definition. Later, I got a widescreen camera and started filming widescreen. And that pretty much brings us up to date with where I am today. I'm still just learning as much as I can about the filmmaking business and YouTubing. I'm finding new YouTubers every week. I love the ideas that people share through their vlogs, and I'm going to try to continue to do that because I enjoy it. I would like to suggest to everyone out there that you tag your favorite YouTuber to do an origin story video on how they got into YouTube and why they are a YouTuber. Tag them. See you guys later. Until next time, bye!